cheated me too many times before. Don't you know you love them, baby, too? Oh, you know I want you there, I wanna be right there with you. I know I gotta keep you by my side till the day I die. 'Cause baby, ecstasy is in my hand. Oh, when I'm holding yours in mine and walking in the sand. Oh, baby, you know it's fine. But now you done and piss me off. You ain't done something you shouldn't have done. Baby, I'm mad. I'm going on. Oh, I'm going on.
Yes, the all caps worked. The all caps worked. I forgot to hit the unfucking mute. And we have a nice Wicked Witch of the East laugh out of that from the heckling crowd. So,
thank you, Joey. That was perfect timing because I know that was you that just texted me.
okay. So, welcome to the Lost Begotten Fiddledy Fuck, where apparently we have absolutely nothing to talk about. Because, you know, as you can see, that's blank. And that's where the stuff is that I'm supposed to talk about is, you know, where I dock with the mothership and ask my Orwellian George Soros masterminds to tell me what to say with crappy MS Paint graphics that I type out 10 minutes for the videos. Yeah. That was funny in an alternate universe.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So, today I am taking requests for random forms of entertainment, going through old files of music and maybe photos and videos, UFOs and orbs. I don't fucking know. And answering questions in the comments. Let me go ahead and put this up there so we can see Joey trying to tell me freaking microphone's on mute again. I guess that's what they have, like, what are those things called? Sound engineers. Yeah, sound engineers for.
I'm useless to you.
It's a bit harsh, dude.
I know nothing about sound engineering. I think when you hit the buttons up, everything gets louder.
If you're gonna speak up.
No.
Fair enough. Ah. Okay, there's a red line over my face, and I really wasn't sure why for a second. Screen capturing. Okay. I had hit the button to do the screen capture before my wife decided to be extra interesting. Ooh, look. We can have that in the blue box. Now, we can say, fuck the blue box. And comments are up. Okay, there we go. So, mute. Yeah, did you see Joey up there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told you he sent me a text message.
Yeah. So, we're going to be behaving in the comments today.
Scroll up in the comments, or is that the top?
What?
Yeah, I want to see something. Scroll up in the comments.
That is the top. The only thing above that is me saying, what's up? Yeah.
Apparently, that did not come through. I got that screenshot.
So, why don't you read that? I feel a bit awkward reading that. Would you mind?
Why do you feel awkward?
Because, you know, can't speak in third person or it's crazy talk or something. Wait, no, I have to speak in third person or else it's crazy talk.
So, Joey had 2 comments that he commented and sent me a screenshot of. I don't want to I'm all like,
No, I'm not going to pull you that close.
eh.
There, you're safe. There, you can talk with a hand puppet. Wait, hold on. There you go. This is not an Illuminati owl.
Ah!
This is just a fucking thing I found at Walmart, and I thought it was cute. And, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Kira Morris.
Stunt double.
As you were saying, dear.
So, Joey sent me a screenshot of 2 comments that he sent that are not on the live chat.
If nothing else, we have personality.
Charlie.
That's basically what we actually use these things for, is to harass each other and to like whack each other with. Like, Charlie, why don't you wake up, Charlie? It's not quite as amusing when I'm doing it to myself. That just kind of looks crazy, I'm sure. But, you know, as long as you're laughing.
Okay, so Joey commented, Brian Marshall claims he's Jesus, says his face matches the shroud and used Photoshop to quote-unquote prove it, has quote-unquote scars, and performs no miracles. Just peddles conspiracy theories on a YouTube channel. And he got fucking an entire write-up from a British website. What the fuck? But you can split the sky from east to west and nothing, Charlie, nothing.
So, what was his plan to stop the Sons of Cain? Oh, he didn't have one.
Your mama,
Sorry.
Charlie, your mama. Okay, I'm done.
So, this is how I will conduct the remainder of the broadcast.
Why is my boss texting me?
You thought I was just going to take it away right away and just be like, just kidding, didn't you? I'm going to do that now. Just kidding. So, anyone who's watching, feel free to introduce yourself in the comments. And if you've been watching other videos, feel free to ask questions. You know, you've got questions, we've got answers. We're like, whatever that commercial was for and stuff. The fuck was that commercial for? You've got questions, we've got answers.
Home Depot?
Was it Home Depot? Yeah, and you can do it and we can help. See? We're like the Home Depot of YouTube channels. Is it Lowe's? Fuck. We're crossing the streams. Pretty soon there's not going to be any Dana, only Zool.
Oh, it's Radio Shack.
Is it Radio Shack?
Yeah, it's Radio Shack. Ours is going out of business. Everything's 70 to 90% off in the store.
So, based upon ethical service models, I think a hedge fund should organize a merger between Ace, the helpful place, and what's the other one that's going under? Sears. Between Ace and Sears and Radio Shack. Okay? Because there's become a nice variety of product overlap, and you could actually make Radio Shack be more Radio Shack again. You could make Sears be more Sears again, and you could increase the foot present, like the, what do you call it, the foothold presence of Ace. because Ace has problems competing with Lowe's and Home Depot just by sheer store volume, right? So if Ace, Sears, and Radio Shack team up, they could probably find a way to all three of them be more successful, and maybe not even necessarily decrease the number of stores overall, but possibly rearrange real estate to adapt to current demographics and to the market that's out there. But I think where Radio Shack and Sears went wrong is where Ace is, despite its less corporatized business model, is doing right. Okay, which is Radio Shack, when I was a kid, was the place you could go pick up a transistor that went out on like an old radio you were fixing, or like, you know, if you were messing around with like circuit boards and crap and trying to learn how to be a little scientist, you could go and get stuff for. If you were building, you know, custom speaker boxes and radios and you know, whatever you wanted, you could get it at Radio Shack. Sears used to be more of a hardware-y store. Used to be, you know, more of a component-oriented store and became more of a retail type store. Radio Shack became more of a retail type store. Okay. That was a mistake. They lost their, you know, their one thing that set them apart. Okay. You go to Ace Hardware, a guy will find you, and they will ask you if you have a shopping list. They finally started making commercials about that, and I realized, you know what, that's been true every time I've gone to fucking Ace Hardware. Somebody, you know, one of the clerks has found me. I didn't have to find them. And they'll walk the store with you, make sure you get everything you need, and then they'll take you to a register and check you out. Sears used to cater to the homeowner who wanted to work on his own cars, cut his own grass, who wanted to get durable clothes for his family, not so much worried about, you know, fashion per se, but wanted stuff that looked nice, of course. But it was a place that had, you know, when you went to Sears, you expected to get something that lasted a long time. I bought a shirt at Sears, man, in 2001. A regular old printable polo shirt for work. You used to be able to go to Sears and get polo shirts that you could use to print up for work shirts. Okay, and they had stacks and stacks of them right there when you walked in.
You know what
because
else?
they knew that working people needed to go in there and get fucking work shirts to print.
You know what else you used to be able to do at Sears? Buy a tool or a lawnmower and actually get a lifetime warranty.
Right.
As opposed to being told you're getting a lifetime warranty.
I'm gonna get into my lawnmower in a second. Fuck's sake.
Sorry, I can't help but bring that up. You had to bring up Sears. It's like Twitch flashbacks every time somebody says Sears or I see one of those fucking commercials.
The Sears stopped being Sears. And it was one of them great American companies. And it's a damn shame that they stopped being Sears. And that's the reason why they tried to be just another fucking retailer. Okay? With the online, with like the shared marketplace, that annoying crap that Walmart does, where you think you're buying something from Walmart, but it's not really from Walmart. You know, be Sears. Find a different way of doing that. Okay? And don't take not doing the same thing as everybody else as a weakness. Advertise it as a strength. Okay? Keep fucking repeating it until it's true, you know? it used to be that Sears, you could get a lawnmower from Sears. It was a Craftsman lawnmower. And you'd see, you know, neighbors working on their lawnmowers that weren't Craftsman lawnmowers, okay? I had a Craftsman lawnmower with my landscaping business when I was 12 to 14 years old. And I never learned how to repair a lawnmower.
Because you had a Craftsman.
Because I had a Craftsman, okay?
You didn't need to.
That fucker was already like several years old when my stepdad at the time had. I was gonna say that stepdad at the time had lent it to me along with his '84 Suburban, which I was not quite old enough to drive, but you know, I managed. Didn't have far to go. Had some contracts right around the corner, condos and shit, because my mom did like renovation type contracting for a land developer who would buy old shitty stuff, and yeah. Anyways, wait, hold up. I got distracted for a second. I can get back to the lawnmower. You guess? Wait, Joey guesses he was wrong.
Joey was doing a test, and he is being censored.
Oh.
Yes, YouTube is censoring Joey.
Type small messages. Small messages.
It wasn't a long one that he sent. It was.
See the one-liners. Type a few words. Send that. Type a few words. Send that. We'll see if that works. I've got 4 bars on my Wi-Fi. Is the I'm gonna go turn the PlayStation off. Make sure I got no bandwidth issues overall. So why don't I go ahead and put on the next song? And if anybody has any requests, make them now. While I pull up the folder. Don't clear your throat at me. If you have a request, make the request.
You know what I want to hear.
Okay, well, don't project your psychic thought at me and then stomp your foot. Use your words. Why is this window so gigantic? It's a file selection window. It's like 2 feet wide. Alright, so. Are you going to ask? Okay. Okay. I was thinking of the wrong name. I mean, I might brain fart and pick the wrong file. Oh, yeah, she wanted to hear The Keeper. That's right, The Keeper. No, it's great the other piece. Okay, it's good.
I call out to thee to meet your doom. All those who've cried, who spoke too soon, I'll pick the best one and set you free. I can give you more if you stay with me. How I long for the other piece. You want the perfect soul, you demon of old. Will I sort out my life? Will I ever be whole? I need you one less than the one who made me. That love soldier's father than a man could ever see. How I long for the other piece. How I long for the other piece. How I crave your so. How I died out without you, together we should be home. This one feeling drips from me, it's costing my life. Please grant me my destiny, please give me my wife. God give me this partnership to strengthen my soul. I fear I have failed you for becoming this goal. I will go on fighting no matter what toll. I'll be chased and teased, but I will not be sold. How I long for the other piece. I ride alone as the demons swarm round. In an ocean of tears I fear I will drown. The strength that should be found in the Holy of Souls. I can no longer gather, but forgive me my Lord. For I long for the other peace. I need only one thing to stop this leak. I feel guilty for asking, but my heart must speak. And I try to move past, gasping for strength. The world comes to laugh at the divided me. Now I long for the other peace. Crave the other peace. Now I long for the other peace. Now I crave your soul. How I die now without you, together we should be home. This one feeling just for me, it's costing my life. Please grant me my destiny, please give me my wife. God give me this partnership to strengthen my soul. I fear I have failed you for becoming this goal. I will go on fighting no matter what goal. I'm tricked and teased, but I will not be told. I long for the other peace. I'll be tricked and teased, but I will not be sold. How long for the other piece? Crave the other piece. How long for the other piece? Crave the other piece. How long for the other piece? Crave the other.
Okay.
Are you unmuted this time?
Yeah, I did not press the mute button. We've just been quiet.
Oh.
So.
We can be quiet.
Next. You want to pick one?
Song?
Yeah.
Lie back.
Play air guitar while that. It's my shit. I can play air guitar too if I want to do that. What is your testing one?
was forsaken. Still running, no escaping. In your mind you see me facing no patronage for patrons, but my patience tells no lies. Profit thing of evil, profit still if not my lover. So you ran and you took cover from the concerns of your life. And all I want is for you to see what you want is supposed to be. And all I need is for you to pray, for the way is the truth and the life is the way. You won't find another way. Take it back. Don't you cry, don't you speak, I don't care what you say. Take my mind and my heart, you throw it all away. Take your lies, take your hate, and get the fuck away. Push me once, don't look back, just lie back and fade away. You come back again, you won't repeat your sin, but you're not welcome anymore. Take it back, all those plastic dreams and lies you can't sustain. Take it back, what you'll really do is never what you say. Take back all your promises and throw the truth away. Push me up, don't look back, just lie back and fade away. Now you've got me by your talents and the love that you were meant when your words were only spoken to be broken to the script. But you had promised you go fast and show me proof, but instead you ran away. I guess you never liked the truth. Take the knife of all your virtues out, what's left pure in my heart. Your intentions fail to mention that the lies would ever start. Profit thing of evil, profit still if not my lover. Though you know there is no other, you still let us fall apart. You come back again, you won't repeat your sin, but you're not welcome anymore. Take it back, all those plastic dreams and lies you can't sustain. Take it back, what you'll really need is never what you say. Take it back, all your promises, throw the truth away. Take it back, don't look back, just lie back and fade away. Take it back, all what you do, what you say. Take it back, all what you do, what you say. I don't care what you do, what you say. I don't care what you do, what you say. Take it back, I don't care what you do, what you say. Take it back, I don't care what you do, what you say. I don't care what you
Joey saw me.
This is the phone that never ends. It just loads on and on, my friends.
You're a hoarder.
Some asshole started taking pics, not knowing what it was. And now his SD card takes, loads forever just because. Ah! Okay, so I guess I'll put on another song while we wait. No, it just finished loading.
Who's that blonde whore?
Finished loading.
Who's the blonde whore?
I'm not a whore anymore. No, it's too big. The blonde whore is too big. Oh no, it's on the phone. I can't just drag it over like that. I can't just drag that blonde whore out of there. But I can't do this. It's her. Alright. Oh no! I closed the window. And I just waited all that time to load. Damn it!
Maybe it'll load faster because it's still connected.
I think it's still in the memory. Oh yeah. Look at it go. No, I'm not gonna go. I'll be scrolling through my images.
I'm telling you, you need to back your phone up.
And seeing all the all the children I have masking taped to desks with huge smiles on their face, like they understand that they can just go like this because it's fucking masking tape. You're not familiar with that?
What?
The little Pizzagate image? Like, Rank Wing Watch posted a video of like the guys actually going to the pizzeria and of course finding nothing. And they're sitting there showing the guy the photo of the little girl, and she's got like masking tape. You know, masking tape? Masking tape?
Yeah.
She's masking taped to a desk. And she's like sitting there smiling with a shit-eating grin on her face, like she's having a fucking blast playing, like she's, whatever. Fucking kids are weird. They play a lot of different shit, cops and robbers. Probably wasn't even playing anything. Just like, hey, look, I can masking tape my friend's fucking thing to the desk. I would just be glad that they didn't take the masking tape and just start tearing it up and just fucking, at least they understand what it's for. Taping stuff.
Alright, reviews is 1 a.m. I got a long day. I go night night.
Okay. That's right, we got the cook off tomorrow.
Not cook off, fundraiser. Yes.
A little cooking marathon in the morning to do. Because we're going to be, if you are in the Baton Rouge area, stop by the Zachary the parking lot next to, right there in the little City Hall district, next to the Zachary Police Department. We're going to be selling jambalaya hot plates for, what was it, $6?
$6 for just the plate, $7 with a plate and a drink.
Yes. And that's going to be going on from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. or until they run out of food. And going to be good stuff. And it's going to benefit this lady who's had a real hard time since the flood, lost, all her crap in her house, all of her appliances, everything. And they gave her a certain amount of money, and this whole thing is causing a lot of people problems with the cap on the amount of payout.
Well, it's not
being
just
$30,000.
It's not just the cap, but it's also because the main issue that everybody around here had is that none of these people or the majority of these people who flooded were not in flood zones. These places had never flooded before, so they weren't required to have flood insurance. So their homeowners insurance didn't cover a flood because they didn't have
and
flood
for anybody
insurance.
in that situation, the cap of the payout, $30,000.
Yeah.
And then you had on top of that issues with contractors, people not coming back to do the work that they said they would, getting arguments, and we've been hearing a whole bunch of he said, she said crap. But the fact of the matter is there's been a lot of people taken advantage of, and we decided to help this old lady out because her and her disabled brother are in a situation they can't do nothing about. So we're going to be selling jambalaya to raise money for them. We've had a GoFundMe. We've had some donations on there. And Got guys donating their time, and the money we raise with the jambalaya sale is going to go to the materials to finish the sheetrock and
Paint
mud
and
it all
trim.
up and paint everything and put some molding on there, because basically she's just got raw sheetrock
Slapped
with
together.
gaps. I mean, it's just shoddy work. And that's why I'm not trying to hear what that. Okay, let me just put it straight to you, okay, and not try to fucking muffle anything, because I don't like doing that bullshit. This guy texts us saying, or it was a Facebook message.
A Facebook message.
Facebook messaged us saying, call me, because this lady is, full of shit or whatever, and she didn't want him to complete the work, blah, blah, blah. But, okay, first of all, we haven't been in business that long. Corey's a relatively young guy as far as owners of general contractors goes. This guy, if you just average out the types of guys who wind up in charge of crews, Corey's atypically young. And most of the guys have been in the shit and then talked their way out of the shoddy work that they've done hundreds of times. Okay, so this guy wanted us to call so he could give us his usual line of bullshit for all we know. But the fact of the matter is, when you look at the work that was done, I wouldn't have want them fucking people back in my house doing that shit neither.
You played the news story.
Do I have that on here yet? Let me see.
I can pull it on my phone and we can hold it.
No, I can just put it up on here. Didn't I record it on there?
No, but you can pull it up on the website. You recorded the radio interview. I recorded the.
We didn't have the camera set up for that?
No, I have it on here. I recorded it on here. I was playing it on the iPhone and recorded it on here.
Okay, hold on. No. Here. I'm going to give you a browser window, and we can put the browser on there.
Yes, I'm going to pull it up on the website. WFB.com.
Come on now. This is why people don't fucking like to use computers anymore. Chat. One reason right there. Because you can't just open your fucking browser and type in a fucking URL anymore. It's got to go reload the fucking default page and then reload it again after you fucking type in the fucking... Yet these phones, and everyone to fucking have on them all the time, that make them just so easy to use, so convenient. And they spend so much effort trying to make your computer fuck up. Computer is a valid research tool. A phone is a research tool to research you. But, I'm stuck with using phones. I'm stuck with using Google and YouTube because that's what everybody's doing. That's what the kids are doing these days. Why can't I fucking load this thing? Are your Wi-Fi's on?
Turning on.
Okay.
You pulled me closer. And then I used the bed.
Footrest in the background. Ah. Okay. Give me a fucking website to load. Apparently not. Oh, it loaded the icon. Why is this so fucking tedious? Four bars. Only clan. Oh my goddamn. Ah. All right. Did that stick to you or anything? Recover web page. Nice. Nobody clicked that. I don't. Carlos, if you're a real person, no offense, you seem like the most infected troll account I've ever encountered. Okay, nobody clicked that. Nobody fucking go to that URL. I don't want. No. Your fucking account is weird. Why don't you ask Carlos? Non è un calendario. Oh, I know. He does that. Okay, look, dude. You're familiar with Flat Earth and other conspiracy channels claiming that they're the ones being targeted by the CIA and them and all that bullshit. Yet I come on here and saying they're wrong, and I wind up being the only one that's targeted. Okay? Just think about that for a second. Do I need to fucking explain? What the fuck, man? Really? A pop-up? Where the fuck is the pop-up blocker? Internet Explorer sucks. I usually use an old, like, a browser that only database engineers use. Yeah. This one annoys me. How do I get a pop-up blocker? Turn on pop-up blocker. My pop-up blocker says it fucking on. Good job, WAFB. You got some mortgage website trolling your shit. So where is it, dear?
Go to news.
myself tiny. Tiny little person.
Hey, Sean.
What's up, man? Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. Okay. I hope this asshole trying to cover his own ass didn't call up the fucking news station and try to fucking start making accusations and bullshit.
Mm-mm.
Is that the one Chris works for? So I would put on some music right now, but obviously I'm probably max head drumming, so go ahead and delete. Well, just click on the comments. Or, wait, no, leave the comments. Click on me. There we go. Yeah, see, they didn't take down the video, but they're not displaying it because he fucking called them. I guarantee it. So, you that word that shit.
No, it's just
You got to go and try to ruin her. You know, I mean, regardless of how he feels, all caught up in his feelings, even how he sees the situation, if he honestly sees the situation that way, what he's doing right now is trying to prevent her from getting her house in good order. Okay, and that's a shitty thing to do.
Welcome back, Joey. We're just trying to find the news report. Sean was talking about how the company got a message on Facebook from one of the guys that was working on the lady's home. And, sorry, I just got moved.
We're backing away slowly.
And so we were trying to pull up the video to show you guys what this lady's house looks like. If you know our slow ass internet and computer.
Ah, okay, that was not the droid I was looking for.
But it went full screen on theirs too.
What?
The whole thing went full screen. Like the whole YouTube screen would go full screen to that. When you did that.
No.
It looked like it did.
We're probably better off this way anyways. This is kind of an experiment. I don't know if my computer and my like it.
Call the Williamson Cosmetic Center today to schedule your private consultation.
Let's not and say we did.
The elderly woman is counting tonight after there's a contractor wrecked her home.
Story that keeps repeating itself around these days. Mercedes company now stepping to help people in dire straits.
Julie Kelly's home has been shambles. She says her home took on 7 feet of water during the flood.
There was slime all over the floor and mud everywhere.
She did not have flood insurance, but she says she got $30,000 from FEMA. She says volunteers gutted her house and treated it for mold, but she had to pay a contractor to do the rest of the work. She says that the man hired agreed to hang the sheetrock and sand and paint her new walls for $4,000.
He said he wanted to help me. He said God sent him to.
Kelly says she paid $2,200 to get started. Says this is how he laughs. It appears the sheetrock fit poorly. There are gaps everywhere. Kelly says she's heard from her contract in January.
I've exhausted everything I know what to do because I'm a disability. I cannot afford. I don't have extra money. So now I'm just sunk.
Is not square.
When the erratic property maintenance Corey Henderson heard Kelly's story, he says he had to see himself.
We got gaps. We got all this is just a nightmare.
Henderson says the idea that a charge only $4,000 to do this kind of work, a big red
Honestly, it looks like some kids came in here and did this work.
has agreed to repair the house,
I'm gonna have to get in here and remove most of the sheetrock.
a $20,000 job.
This man was aggravated and wanted to be paid. It just blows my mind.
Says he will cover some of the expenses of Kelly, but doesn't have the money to do it all.
We're looking at probably 2 weeks worth of work.
So he's holding a fundraiser this weekend and hopes the community will help him help others who have been blindsided by contractors.
I feel like to give people, guys that do know what we're doing and try and do a good job, a bad name, and just trying to give back to my community, help people out.
It is welcome news to this homeowner who says shit all but
All right, so stop. Why? Okay. Well, that was the report we were telling you about, obviously. I'm just trying to make sure I don't have anything open that I don't need opened, so it's not any shittier. My computer's kind of at the length of the recommended distance away from the router, and we don't have the best internet connection to begin with, so why don't you go lay down?
Good night, y'all.
Play Final Fantasy. Go on.
I actually think there's pop in a movie. Just fall asleep too.
All right. Or I'll put on some more music and you can listen to it from there.
Might be some peaches.
Peaches. Millions of peaches.
Peaches for me.
Okay, so more music. I'm gonna try to play something I haven't put on here for y'all for a while. Oh, how about the first song I wrote when I was like 14 or 15? No, it's pretty horrible. It's depressing.
Like inside a cave, preoccupied by faith, not feeling my own pain. But then you turn the page, your light shone upon me. You gave me life, and I was never worried about you every night. Upon us, you had left my side, never meant to harm us, but it ain't easy to find. Know all of this madness, easy to avoid. You turn me from a man to a crying little boy, waiting all alone. Waiting by the phone, lights are dim and no one's home. Damaged on my own, the part of my soul you took from me was Sunday set you free. You realize you love me, but how long could it be? Shadow upon us, had left my side, never meant to harm us. It ain't easy to find. Know all of this madness is easy to avoid. Turn me from a man to a crying little boy. Shone upon us when you had felt my bind. You're out of reach of my trust, but it ain't easy to find. The love that you once shown me still finds a home. The only one I've known, by you my soul is on. My soul is on.
Okay, so I was trying to type, so I would be talking over the thing. Someone who has faith, but is rigidly scientific. My dad says he has faith. Doesn't so much like to act on it, though. Mostly because he's obsessed with the material world. He's obsessed with material things. He's obsessed with retirement accounts and investment funds. To such a person, there's always a different approach. Usually it depends on what their interest is as far as the facts of the world. But as I was saying, typically the proponents of the factoids that are designed to lead someone astray from Christianity so that they cannot help shepherd the flock, those are the same people, and those same facts are used in order to mislead history itself, completely remove us from an understanding of where our roots are and where we come from, and replace it with, well, eventually monkeys came down from trees, and, you know, thanks to, I don't know, the Nobel Peace Committee, we eventually stopped killing each other. Here's the thing. There is no, and I mean no, scientific evidence for, you know, to quote Kent Hovind, up and down species movement. I refer anyone who has any extensive scientific background who wishes to research the subject of creationism to not pay attention to people like Kent Hovind, you know, for the entirety of their research. But, you know, go Kent Hovind to just kind of, you know, make them laugh. Get yourself to laugh about it. Open your mind up a little bit. Oh, well, you know, maybe this side isn't the only one that can be made fun of. Okay, because that's what it all boils down to, really. Okay, people are afraid of being made fun of having faith. And, you know, it's funny. We're in a country where supposedly it is unconstitutional to persecute someone for their religion. Yet we have this group of people called atheists who do nothing else. I think they should, you know, take a step back and realize that as scientists, you A, can't prove something doesn't exist. That's just, you know, silly. And B, when the scientific theory that explains why God doesn't exist has to keep changing, and the scientific or just intellectual understanding of history keeps leading towards the pseudo-intellectual arguments made against Christianity as a whole, not really applying to Christianity itself, but actually applying just to straw man arguments made against hypocrites of Christianity. It's very clear to anyone who's capable of letting go of their iniquities, okay, and actually being objective, that there is a scientific, factual case for not only God's existence, but his guiding presence among man throughout history. Okay? And it is no coincidence that the same people who try to destroy history try to destroy faith. And they go about it two ways. They either want to enable the faithless or the hypocrites. Okay, they either want to support the far right or the far left or the far right. So one can, in a process of scientific deduction, through absorption of the greater pool of data as opposed to limiting your data, and thus make a more informed decision about whether or not faith is a valid thing for the human experience to include. Now, the fact of the matter is, it was Christianity, okay, it was the fulfillment of the old covenant of Hebraism, okay, not Judaism, that's a tribe of Hebrews, okay, that led civilization itself into the modern era of peace as a possibility. Nobody's claimed that it's all been fucking roses, okay? But the whole idea of just manners, the whole idea of peaceful living, the whole idea of, if they've done something wrong, we shouldn't chop off their hands. I shouldn't be able to just like kill people who piss me off. You shouldn't just go taking stuff that isn't yours. Like, this was something that varied depending on the individual god of your family a long time ago. Okay, whether or not these things were even right or wrong to you. Like, I mean, imagine a world where just, killing somebody wasn't even wrong. You killed them because they were fucking weaker than you. They were in your way. You wanted what they had. You'd fucking kill them. Okay? Prisoners would be killed for fun. Just fed to the lions because, we were fucking bored. Alright? Christianity is what put an end to that. Christianity is what those who liked that kind of thing persecuted and tortured and executed Christians for saying, no, this isn't really the right way to live. And God came here in a flesh body and suffered with us to teach us a better way to live. Okay, and that's what Christianity used to be. But, power corrupts. And those who seek power always find a way to gain it, don't they? So anyways, the Big Bang Theory claimed they needed it to start with one miracle. Yeah. It's like, you got the Big Bang, right? Or the series of Big Bangs, they say now. I guess that's just a way of adding bullshit to the obvious imbalance in that equation. Okay? Here, I'll show you. I will write on the tablet of today's episode, so we will have a subject. Alright, so I'm going to write this equation in silly format because it's a silly fucking concept to begin with, and I don't want to give it much respect. So, I got to center it so it looks, professional. All right. So there's your problem right there. First of all, anybody want to define X? This is the most imbalanced equation that anyone has ever bullshitted you into thinking was in any way scientific. Okay? You don't know what was there before the Big Bang, and you don't know what happened to cause the Big Bang. So what is on the other side of that fucking equal sign to equal a Big Bang? Give me the quantity of what? Give me the catalyst. What the fuck are you calling science? It's Satanism. That's all it is. It's chaos equals everything. That's Satanism. That is ancient Egyptian Sekhmet worship. Okay, that's chaos worship. So, I think the best way to confront somebody who's an atheist is to make them understand that they've been tricked by a bunch of bullshit con artists into being a Satanist. Because that's the truth. Can't skirt around it. Can't pretend it's not the case. The whole idea that Republicans used to rally behind in opposition to the Soviet Union and the communist infiltrators that came to this country was based upon their support of evolutionism as a religion, of atheism as a religion. Okay? And these two supposed scientific practices have equated to a mass hysteria of religious persecution in a country in which such thing is supposed to be unconstitutional. And I personally believe that that needs to be put a stop to. And, I know personally that a whole lot of Democrats aren't going to be too fucking fond of that. But the fact of the matter is, it's intellectually, it's factually correct to do so. And what has necessitated a reflection on the part of liberals or Democrats also needs to make people realize on the conservative side that they've failed to be a good example, and that they've failed to not be hypocrites, to not be judgmental assholes, and to cause people to have a desire to turn a blind eye to the truth that's staring them in the fucking face. Okay? When somebody is enraged by a hypocrite, a demon uses a legalistic mechanism of programming to make them unable to see anything but what they want to see. In this case, they see this equation as being scientific because it means that they get to see these people as being wrong. Because obviously what they're doing is wrong. So the programming of their heart is now being used against their soul. Does that make sense? Anyways. What quantity? What fate, Amaroka? Wait, sorry. No Stargate SG-1 quotes. Never on this channel. No, not at all. Yeah, absolute fucking sci-fi geek. Gonna, basically present an argument that no atheist could ever possibly argue against. And speaking of unexpected things for a person who very much enjoys sci-fi, I'm a big fan of not just Star Trek, but Stargate. The Stargate series, you should let your kids watch that. Like, seriously, that should be, especially considering how much they've cut the education funding in this country. Let your kids watch Stargate. Let your kids watch Star Trek, too. Broadening your mind and making people think about, making your kids think about, like, complex problems in a story format. I believe it's really good for their overall IQ and overall problem-solving ability, and will help them do anything from graphic design to computer programming, like to astrophysics, and when it comes to astrophysics, that's usually just a way to get into weapons technology, but that pays good too. But what you wouldn't expect from somebody who likes to talk about these things as hypothetical mental exercises and interesting ways to program virtual realities. I personally think that at least right now, and since 2011, I'm not sure when it changed before that, but I think that right now the Earth is flat. And I was trying to drag an image to the screen right when I said that, but of course I need to resize the damn thing. So, flat, yes. But this is not a flat Earth map. That's just a projection. And I'm going to go ahead and edit it again so we can crop out the square background there. Let me see here. Hello. Oh, that kind of sucks. Alright, check that back out. And now to edit this crapper here. It's just not quite right, is it? Okay. So I found this map, and I just thought it was interesting. And I want to take a look at it and discuss. Because to me, it don't quite look right as far as on the ground observations go. But it's still very interesting. The way the way everything lines up, you know, the equatorial lines and all that good stuff. The parallels. Seem to be shown. But the first thing that sticks out, to me anyways, is, let me go ahead and reload it. Is that this is the opposite of this. Oh, not the background. See, basically it's the exact place I have my projection squeezed, it has it spread out. Odd coincidence. As if it were to, you know, intentionally obfuscate what seems like a more comprehensible way to view the map. You know, like if you're going to make a projection like this, all I'm saying is if you're going to make a projection like this, why wouldn't you skew it? Okay, because like if you don't know how they make this map, this is basically just mathematical warping of an entire globe. Okay, and you can see the North and South poles on there. You can see Antarctica down there at the bottom. All right. But if you're going to make a map like this, why wouldn't you make it to where most of the land had usage of compasses that lined up more accurately? Okay, so for instance, the reason why I drew South America is because if you know anybody who's been to South America, or if you watch extensive documentaries on South America, I have, both are true for me. Not sure how to say that. The compass points to the northeast when you're in South America. And it's not just like a little bit northeast. It's, you know, it's to magnetic north. Okay, and anywhere that you go, it skews the map. If you want to draw it relative instead of, you know, like you would think when you picture it upright on the normal projection of a map. Okay, you would think, oh, if I was standing right there, the compass would point up, you know. Well, take a more educated approach and you think, well, if I was standing right there, the compass would point a little bit that way. But then when you go there, the further south you go, the more the compass fucking points east. And when you go there, it's already pointing further over than you think it is. Because that is my hypothesis. Because that. Yeah, because that. Because it's shaped like that. Because it goes that way. Because when you're doing localized cartography, when you're using dirigibles and aircraft to map things, you're using electronic beacons that were programmed based upon a previous understanding that becomes a common understanding, that becomes a digital understanding. Okay, so it all gets mapped out to that understanding. But if you just take the numbers and you apply the mathematical formula represented by the, tangent skewing here, you come up with a result that more mirrors on the ground real world experiments, the way, the flat earth community likes to fucking have things done. And that is that when you're on the ground, the compass in South America is notorious. It's notorious. It just doesn't point the way you think it's going to point. Okay. Now, something else about this. It makes everything but Africa look tiny. It makes Australia look huge. It makes South America look relatively tiny. It makes Russia look really tiny. It makes Africa look huge. And that goes back to the whole unproven, completely unproven concept that human life originated in Africa. I personally think it originated in Australia. But, what do I know, right? And, you can't accuse me of being racist, because the people that are native there are, they're black too. They're just a different type of black. So, that's that. Anyway, so to sum up what you might find on my other videos, there used to be a great Egyptian-esque, well, Kemetic civilization that went from about Brunei Island, not so much in Tasmania. Tasmania was kind of a sacred place. Brunei Island, Australia, which is on the coast between Tasmania and Australia, all the way on the edge right there. All the way through the Pagan Islands, the Mangledy of the West Indies, India, Southeast China, Japan, and all through Europe. At one point, a peaceful civilization thrived, but you'd find what was more or less considered Kemetic, which is a particular tribe of people that lived in Australia. And something I haven't gone into yet, which let's just say that's some crazy fucking memories. I call the Mage War, or have called previously the Mage War. I don't think I've mentioned it on the channel though, but like I said, I wasn't born the day before the fucking channel was created. And essentially it sounds like, or it is what it sounds like once you take into effect what Australia looks like. Okay? But that's only if you understand what mages actually are. They're not Warcraft 2 characters that cast Blizzard and stuff like that. Well, I mean, you cast a Blizzard, but don't limit the types of natural disasters. I see. Oh, what did I miss in the comments? I want to view the deleted message. Okay. That's fucking special. Some troll in the comments after basically talking a bunch of nonsense. Why don't you just type that shit in Cyrillic, man? Says he's going to complain police that you're drinking cigarette. Okay. Easiest way to spot a Russian troll is when they sound like they're talking like Tarzan, because the Russian language is a fucking Tarzan-like language. Any short little mantra-like sayings wind up in simple two-word fucking phrases in Russian. And when they start trying to speak English, they wind up saying like, complain police. Complain to the police. Oh, he's gone. Alright, so I can correct grammar without giving them tips to help. Yeah, I don't want to give them helpful tips. So, anyways, I really wish I could change the freaking icons for these live broadcasts. I can't even see what icon it uses anymore as far as the thumbnails go. But let's see, why don't I just go ahead and put this one as it. There we go. Bill Nye. Yeah, Bill Nye goes around late at night drunk, trolling flat earth videos, threatening to call the cops on people. I can see that. Only I'm pretty sure he's not a native Russian speaker. Pretty sure he's an actual American. Just a jackass, but, you know, an actual American. So anyways, one other thing I think worth pointing out, other than, you know, if you would make a map like this, you would bend it this way so that the compass readings would be accurate, so that the most realistic presentation of the landmass would be represented. Okay, it's not actually hard to decide. Okay, they present a straw man argument when they present little, you know, there's the one where it was on the TV show that you've seen, Flat Earthers clip, but there's been several different, you know, ways in colleges and educational presentations and documentaries and stuff that they talk about how the Earth is mapped. And they talk about, well, we could use this projection, but it's hard to decide which way to show it from. No, it's not. So if it's not hard to decide, have we found another, you know, incident of them saying, well, if you believe the Earth is flat, you must believe it's a square map that we fall off of? Because, you know, flat Earth wasn't around until you made the fucking square map. So it's just another fucking stupid loophole argument that they present. If you want to make a projection like this, it would look like that. But if they made one that looked like that, it would make a little too much goddamn sense, wouldn't it? Okay. But the other thing I want to point out about this is that it gives credibility when you look at the lines as far as the time slots, everything. to the theory of a flat skewed map, because you can simply mathematically adjust every line. And what you wind up with in this map is an area over the Pacific that during flights would require, and there are possible causes for this that make it possible, that make it, logical, that make it reasonable. I don't like to use the same adjective twice in a sentence. That's just it. But there are, possibilities that make this a reasonable assumption to make, that higher speed travel can be achieved over the Pacific. Think about the prospect of an unimpeded air mass as opposed to one moving over mountains and having to adjust to the turbulence of the air mass below it, as opposed to an air mass like a jet stream moving over open water. And it's just, more and more open. And if anything, the waves would help, organize it as opposed to depleting the energy of it. So theoretically, a jet stream should be traveling even faster than we detect that it does over our continents. It should travel even faster over a body like the Pacific because there is no friction. Okay, and I'm not suggesting that mountains reach into the jet stream. Okay, but what happens is you have an air mass that's moving over the mountain. That air mass experiences turbulence. Okay, because the mountain is not a Prius. Okay, so that turbulence then becomes a bumpy path for the jet stream, as opposed to a long period of time in which the most recent mountain range on the east coast of Asia and in Australia and in the West Indies, that land mass creating turbulence. In fact, there's not a whole lot of turbulence to be created along this one route here. Okay. But you have, Africa, not a whole lot. Really, what you got is this one big paddle called the Americas, just one big stirring paddle, right? One big stirring paddle as far as turbulence goes. So the longer it goes around this way, the more that turbulence settles in the southern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, you have the, massive fucking mountains in Asia. But then it gets off of there too. And that air is going around in the backdraft. Okay? And if you're not familiar with the backdraft concept, the sun goes this way. That creates a wave. What responds to it is a riptide. That creates the lower level weather patterns. That's why everything slowly drifts this way. Anyways, towards the Earth's rotation, faster than it. If you're on a globe model, the weather, as it's moving from west to east, is outpacing the Earth. It's going faster. That doesn't really make sense. But if you have, your supposed upper and lower levels, but you have another level above that that's causing waves to go this way, you would have riptide currents going the opposite direction. And that's what causes our weather patterns. So anyways, Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Once the jet stream gets out over clean water, you know, picture basically a massive air that has found its way through the most difficult turbulent spots of the atmosphere as it's traveling over the continents. Okay, then that projectile vomit of air. I mean, that projection of water. I mean, of fluid atmosphere no longer experiences turbulence, but it's not going to need to disperse necessarily, because of its, you know, of the fluid dynamics of currents in their own density and their own temperature mass. But the atmosphere below it would just be smoothing out. Okay, so it'd be like going from a gravel road to, at first, a shitty highway, and then smooth black asphalt all the way around the Pacific. And then if you're a plane flying in this air mass from Australia to America, for instance, you achieve your top speed relative to that air mass. You don't achieve your normal top speed relative to the ground, because you're not traveling on the ground. You're traveling in the air mass. So if the air mass of a jet stream is traveling between 700 and 1200 miles an hour over land, then it accelerates to 1500 to 1800 miles an hour as it crosses over the Pacific. You have a situation in which you can make it the long way around that way in, you know, more than reasonable time comparative to the globe model. And, you know, there's that way, and then there's this way back this way. But if you're going from, say, LA to Australia, you always wind up stopping at Hawaii. And I've timed the non-stop flights. They're not sufficiently short enough to make just the regular line skirting a problem. And the only ones I had seen that had made it back across Hawaii in the supposed short amount of times, and it's been a while since I started looking, since I was looking up all the different flight times and shit, and people arguing about this stuff on the internet. But the one, there's two different posers that were stumping people. Was somebody going from New Zealand and stopping in Hawaii, and it only taking a relatively short amount of time. Well, that can be accomplished with the jet stream. And then the other one was somebody flying from South America and crossing over the Antarctic Peninsula and to Auckland, New Zealand. And that can be accomplished, as you can see, because the Antarctic Peninsula right there. And you just fly right over south of Africa. It's literally on this map, when you trace out the same way you would with this mathematical projection in reverse, okay, when you trace out relative to the line that they show as being the route over the bottom of the globe to New Zealand, okay, you simply skirt along the bottom edge here and go to New Zealand. You make some fucking turns, and that's it. And like I said, this map, the way it's closed in on this side, where the continents actually are closer together, okay, they could have done that here, but you never see them do that. You never see them do that. Because whether or not Babylonian manifestation was ever complete. Whether or not the ball ever actually became a reality. I think the people that know it's a possibility are afraid of it. People are naturally afraid of it. It doesn't take a lot of convincing to get somebody in a national security position to avoid stuff that gives credence to flat earth theory. Our government, has historically needed to fund NASA to defend us from the Soviets. Needed to fund NASA so that we weren't a backwards embarrassment. Okay? Think about what would have happened if we just left the rocketry program up to the Air Force and Navy, like, the rocketry program really is, in its more technologically advanced format. Think about what would have happened if, when Sputnik was launched, we would have just said, a lot of us still think the Earth is flat. We're not going to bother. Most people wouldn't be hearing that shit. Okay? Most people would want to adopt the new modern understanding of things. And most people, above all else, wouldn't want to get beat. The whole ball versus globe thing goes all the way back through the Crusades. This is a European tradition. This is a Nordic myth. And we submitted to the pressure of a train of thought that presented itself as a superior science. Okay? And, they didn't spend a lot of time thinking about it, so they weren't ready to fucking argue it. And over the past 500 years, it became taboo to think anything different. So when Sputnik came around, did you think that American politicians should say, oh, well, one day there's going to be the internet, and if we go along with this thing as a propaganda campaign, they're going to accuse us of being the Illuminati. So we shouldn't start this program called NASA. We shouldn't compete with the Russians in every fucking way. Or maybe that's just what the Russians want you to think. Oh, yeah. Jeez. Or is it not a bunch of fucking Russians and Russian-affiliated channels, RT-affiliated channels, that have promoted flat Earth? People claiming to be, they're Americans, and they're actually living in Canada, broadcasting from Canada. And then the ones that come here, people that you've heard of, Math Powerland, for instance, is from Canada. Trying to turn you against the United States government from Canada. How long does he live in Canada? When did his parents migrate there from, Ukraine or Poland, for instance? St. Petersburg, Grozny. Where are y'all from? What did your parents bring you here to do? It sounds paranoid, I know, but it's real. Unfortunately, it's real, and it's been happening. And if you don't think that the Russians are involved in releasing flat Earth shit, explain to me the channel Russian Vids. Explain to me why the whole conspiracy shillaverse seems to rotate around RT. But anyways, so yeah, if they wanted to make a proper map, globe projection, a globe projection that could be viewed all at once, accurately, geographically, spatially, and still be practical. You wouldn't do it this way. You would do it this way. Period. Unless you were trying to hide the truth. But, like I've said before, the American government hasn't been hiding this truth to spite you. The American government has been hiding this truth to keep the economy going so it can fund its defenses, so it can keep you alive and not enslaved. All right. And of course, the freaking song's gonna play again. Anybody want to hear some more music, or should we just call it a night? Fuck all plus passing gas equals the Big Bang Theory. No. How is man so arrogant? I'm waiting. Okay, more music. How is man so arrogant that they think from this planet we can observe, we can calculate, we can quantify, oh, don't need to, but the current mass of the universe, okay, just what you have to do to actually be able to solve this equation. Calculate the current mass of the universe. And this is what they're trying to do. They really think that they can do this. They think this is possible. They think this is a question you can fucking answer. They think that they can quantify every particle in the universe. That's what you'd have to do. You'd have to quantify every single particle in the universe, every bit of matter and EM. Okay, not just matter. You can't just tabulate all the fucking matter in the universe and think you have the right side of that equation, or the x in that equation. Excuse me, the x in that equation. Let's see. What song? The old one-hit wonder song. One sec. Let me just finish what I was saying right quick. So you'd have to have every single particle in the known universe. You know, that's, they say, known universe. I'm like, I just caught myself being programmed with their bullshit. You'd have to know every single particle in the known and unknown universe, its current energy state, and its current direction and decay rate. Okay? You'd have to somehow be able to observe that all at once. You couldn't just travel here and there and take little snapshots. Okay? You'd have to have a single overarching snapshot of every fucking thing. And then you could extrapolate mathematically backwards to get X. And that's why I wrote it as an X. Because it's a variable that can theoretically, hypothetically, be quantified. Okay? But then, see how I wrote a question mark? Then what? What caused? What fate, Amaroka? What caused the, you know, the quantity that you get when you extrapolate from the, you know, dissipation cloud, okay, the blast radius, okay? When you backtrack all those particles, you know, when you undo our evolution and turn us back to monkeys and turn back all the time and make us cyanobacteria and whatever, and the meteorite and the lightning strike and the slime and the whatever, all that weird bullshit people fucking tell themselves just to avoid having to be nice to each other and not fucking worship material things. There is no way from that point, once you achieve that quantity, to determine or to decipher with any validity the catalyst, okay? And not just the catalyst that got that form into this form, okay? But the catalyst that put that shit there to begin with, okay? That allowed for the concept of space and time. And then, how do you extrapolate the energy required? How was it applied? Where was it applied from? Who flipped the switch? The Big Bang is a fucking ridiculous equation. You can't recreate it in a laboratory. You never will be able to. You can't repeat it and get the same result. It's not science. It's philosophy. So then what type of philosophy is it? Well, what it says is that everything came from chaos and that we cannot know the energy source. Okay? That is an exact word-for-word paraphrasing of everything satanic. Okay? That mankind is separate from God, that you can't know God, that you can't have a relationship with God. Why? Because everything came from chaos. And basically, you know, that is evidence that God doesn't really fucking like you. So anyways, music. And I can't understand how you can feel this way. And I can't understand how you could force yourself to stay. And I can't understand how you could call yourself his wife. And I can't understand, 'cause I've waited my whole life for you. Sometimes I feel so fucking stupid for having wasted so much time hanging on to just one person to give meaning to my life. And I can't understand how you can make me feel so cheap. And I wish that you'd just listen instead of calling me a creep. And I can't understand how the shit could take so long mind, and I can't understand why I've wasted so much time on you. And now I know you're out there somewhere, just living out your life. I mean, how long could it take you to see something right? And I can't understand how you would expect to be so slow. And I hope you feel what I feel every time you hear this song. I want to make you understand. It happened like we always planned. Know I should be with you, my friend. Living out the life of chance. There ain't no chance tonight. There ain't no chance tonight. And I can't understand how you can leave me thinking you hate me. And I can't understand why now I feel as though you're rude to me. And I can't understand how long could it take me. And I can't understand why I don't deserve for you to love me. I want to make you understand. It happened like we always planned. I know I should be with you, my friend. Living out a life of chance. No, baby, there ain't no chance tonight. Ain't no chance tonight. Ain't no chance tonight. There ain't no chance tonight. So just messing around with the images here. And for those who wonder where the, quote, UFO battle, the battle over Germany, where it was, why I keep bringing it up. Look at these hordes. Now, look at Helm's Deep. Now, one of the things that I had in my ancient memories that I had hoped not to see, they wound up using in Ukraine on the Ukrainians, on villages, on civilians. And that is sulfur. And it was bizarre to see it again, because I'm sitting there trying to equate modern delivery methods to what looked like a very old-fashioned, just like they used to do, sulfur shower. And you could, I mean, I knew it as soon as I saw it. And then, you know, they showed the video and then they told what it was. I knew as soon as I saw it, that's fucking sulfur coming down. I've never seen that in this lifetime. Okay? That's the last time I saw it. Those times. And that right there, I mean, just look at where that is. Let me see if I can edit this a little more. Looks like it's all one color. Okay, so if I use the color they have there. No. I'm just going to use dark red. How about that? Oh yeah, that's going real well. Here, I'll show you what I got so far. That doesn't look craptastic at all, does it? Alright. This is taking way too long. More music, more music. Hey, more music.
down in New Orleans. Lord, I left my home down in New Orleans. Lord, I had nothing but trouble, you know what I mean. Oh, nothing is healing, can't seem to change. And I'm going back and forth there with some wholehearted news. I got the cold-hearted blues. I'm feeling trouble down in me, or hurting nothing nobody could see. Fate intended something different for me. Now I'm asking nothing for free, 'cause I'm holding some news, 'cause you got nothing to lose. I'm coming to you, baby, with some wholehearted news. I got the cold-hearted blues, cold-hearted blues, cold-hearted blues. Darling, let me be. Oh, something happened, mercy on me. Bye baby, I ain't ready to see. I'm coming to you, baby, with some more I knew. I got the cold-hearted blues. Oh, please have the other baby, I got nothing to lose. I got the cold-hearted blues. I got the cold-hearted blues. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm done. How about y'all? Thanks for hanging out with me on this Friday night, April Fool's morning. And I guess we can go ahead and listen to Sunshine and Rain now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Click the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and check your subscription if you are a subscriber to make sure that you get dropped. And thanks once again for joining me.
The way you treated me too many times before. Don't you know you love me, baby, too? Oh, you know I want you there, I wanna be right there with you. I know I gotta keep you by my side today I die. 'Cause baby, ecstasy is in my hand. Oh, when I'm holding yours in mine and walking in the sand. Oh, baby, you know it's fine. Oh, now you done and piss me off. You ain't done something you shouldn't have done. Baby, I'm mad. I'm going on. Oh, I'm going on.
Thank you.